Okay, RV camping tips. 5 or 10 things to make life easier when you're camping in your RV. Here we go. Number 1, declutter. Don't have a bunch of crap. Don't bring a lot of stuff with you. Now, some of us have spouses who might disagree with that. So take your wife's dirty socks and put them in the hamper. Keep things contained. Just don't have a lot of stuff. Even look outside. Couple of chairs. I did have my table and grill set up earlier. Brought our bikes. But again, plan out the stuff you need and maybe take half of it. Except for food and water. You want to have enough of that. Number 2, utilize your fantastic fan. On a kind of warm day like this, you don't need your air conditioner. Open some of your windows. Run your exhaust fan. It sucks the air through your trailer, keeps it cool. No problem. Number 3, moisture control. We keep these in our trailer at all times. This is one brand that you can buy. I think we got these at Walmart. You can get different sizes. We keep a small one in the bathroom, a big one up front. It traps and contains any moisture when your trailer is either in storage or when you're using it too. Number 4, don't wear shoes in your trailer. Do you wear shoes in your house? Maybe you do. But if you don't wear shoes in your house or your trailer, you don't track dirt, mud, dirty stuff, gross stuff in the trailer. Keeps the floor cleaner. Drinking water. This is a big thing for RVers, right? If we stayed in our RV more, we probably would have some sort of filtration system. We just try to keep 5 or 6 or 7 gallons of fresh water with us at all times. We just use these little bottles, and this is our drinking water. We don't drink out of the tap because if you do that, you've got to make sure your holding tank is sanitized and clean, and it's just another concern. So we just use this for doing dishes, washing your face, stuff like that. But we don't drink the water out of the tap. Now, it's easier if you do that and you can put a filter on and drink your water. That would be easy. But then you've got another thing to maintain, another thing to worry about. So for us, we just bring the bottled water. Number 5 or 6, I don't know. I've already lost track. Electric blanket. This should go underneath, obviously, but I have it out. When you're boondocking or dry camping, you don't have AC power, so you can't do that. But when we have plug-ins and it's really cold in the winter, it's a great way to let you don't have to run your furnace as much, keep your trailer a little bit colder, and then have your electric blanket. Number 7, I don't know. Oxygenic shower head. Conserves water. Try not to spray everything here. Oops, almost got wet. Anyway, what it does is it gives you a powerful stream of water, but it oxygenates it so it doesn't use as much. Because these RVs don't have unlimited water when you're dry camping, or if you're concerned about filling up your gray tank. So conserve water, get one of these oxygenic shower heads. That's one of the first things I do to any trailer that we buy. Number 7, control condensation in your trailer. Anything that's going to build up moisture, taking a hot shower, cooking something on the stove. Run your exhaust fans when you're doing that to clear out the steam. What happens is if you have a lot of humidity in your trailer, you close it up for the night and it gets cold and temperature cools down, what's going to happen? Everything's going to condense on the inside and create issues with wetness under your mattress, wetness on your windows. We even had it freeze up on our windows before inside and then melt and make our mattress wet. You really have to watch moisture levels, especially in cold weather. So ventilate your trailer when you have moisture. You maybe should get one of those little moisture meters. I forget what they're called, hygrometers maybe, and just keep track of that. Number 8, power conservation. One of the things you can do, LED lights. Our Lance has LEDs for everything. If you have an older trailer with incandescent bulbs, swap them all out. You'll save a lot of power. These LEDs hardly use any electricity. Entry mat. I bought this mat on Amazon. It's huge. I don't know, it's like 10 feet by 8 feet or 12 feet by 10 or something. The reason is when you walk up to your trailer, you've got stuff on your shoes. You can take your shoes off or your muddy stuff, leave out here. You're not tracking in the trailer. These things fold up pretty small, go in your storage, and it's a great way to keep your trailer clean and have a nice area out here for sitting on the porch. Number 9, solar panels. I have a video about this all on its own, but great way to keep your trailer batteries charged when you don't have plugins. Watch my solar video for more information. Generators. You probably need one if you go camping without hookups. The reason is if you want to run your microwave, your air conditioner, or you want to charge your batteries without solar panels, you're going to need a generator. I like the small suitcase style because I can lift it by myself into my truck. It's not that heavy. It's very clean, very contained, very quiet. Get an inverter generator. Do not buy one of those construction type cheap generators. You can hear those things for miles. They're annoying. They ruin the camping experience. Just stay away from those. Get an inverter generator. Costco now sells a knockoff of this Yamaha for like 450 bucks. That's absolutely what I would buy. When I bought mine, Costco didn't have those yet, so that's why I paid more for the Yamaha. But now you can get the knockoff. It has the Yamaha engine. You're good to go. Environmentally conscious because we're younger and, you know, that's what you do. But when we're camping, depending on if we're dry camping or how much water we have in our tanks or whether we're hooked up, we will use paper plates and bowls just to save on doing dishes, because doing dishes does take quite a bit of water. Okay, wheel chocks. If you have those yellow wheel chocks, they look kind of like the color of those blocks. Same company, I think. If you're using those, just do me a favor and just throw those right away in the trash. Buy a set of these X chocks. I'm not affiliated, I'm not a sponsor, there's no commercialization on this channel. But from my own experience, these work so much better. You put them in between your two tires. If you have a dual, no, this only works if you have a dual axle rig, which most trailers are. Put them in, you tighten it down with a little wrench they give you, and it totally stabilizes the trailer, prevents the wheels from moving. Now, legally, you know, being safe, you probably should still use regular chocks, but I have found that that's pointless. The trailer cannot move with these things when you tighten them down. But again, follow whatever the instructions say, and it probably says to still use a real chock as well. But these are so much easier to use than the yellow chocks. And I can show you right here, if I tried to stick the yellow chock thing here, it wouldn't really work because my wheels are lifted up on these blocks. So how good are those little chocks going to work anyway? So I really recommend X chocks. A little bit more expensive, but they last forever and they work great. Your trailer hitch. I'll have another video on hitches, but you really don't want to leave this hitch on when you unhook and you have your truck sitting around the campsite, because what's going to happen is you're going to jam your shin into this thing and it's going to hurt like hell. Plus, if you put grease on your ball there, I'll skip the jokes, but if you do that, then you're going to, you know, get that on your clothes, things like that. So don't have it attached like I do here. I'm getting ready to leave, but you know, take it off your truck, store it somewhere so you don't bash your shin into it. Almost forgot this one. On your fridge, before you leave for a trip, like maybe 24 hours before you're gonna leave, turn your fridge on. And if your rig is plugged into AC power, then it'll run on that. Otherwise, you're gonna run it on propane. Most fridges run propane or AC. That way it'll be cold when you go to load your groceries in. Otherwise, if you put all your groceries in the fridge and they may not be that cold, drinks and stuff that are not cold, and you go to turn your fridge on, it's going to have to do a lot of work to keep that, or to get that stuff chilled. So try to put groceries in that are already chilled, and then try to turn your fridge on a day before you leave for your trip. The other thing combined with this is try to bring food that's kind of already somewhat prepared. I know a lot of people like to cook when they're camping, but how much cleanup do you really want to do in a small space, and how dirty do you really want to get your trailer? So we mix like soups and different things at home that we can kind of just heat up on the stove or maybe in the microwave if we have hookups, or run the generator. Just make it easy for yourself. Cooking stuff from scratch, you know, this is not your home kitchen, so just keep that in mind. Bonus tip. Your gray tank will get dirty and gross if you put a lot of food down in it. So what we do, in your pipes and your drain and everything like that, this is a contained space. You could have smells, and it's just eliminating more maintenance for you down the line. So what we typically do is, like you can see on this pot, I took a paper towel and just wiped it out real good before I'm going to do the dishes. You know, you're not connected to a city sewer system. Stuff's contained in your RV and your tank. So like this bowl here, I'm going to wipe it out before I do the dish. So that way we're not putting a bunch of food and grease and stuff down into the drain, down into the tank. Again, keep the tank cleaner, don't have smells, less maintenance, and you're happier camper. So that's a good one. I can't believe I almost forgot this. Probably the biggest one for us. We don't go number 2 in the toilet. So we use the toilet, we go number 1, but we do not go number 2, and we do not put toilet paper in the tank. It's designed to do that, and most people do, but the thing is, when you do that, now you're dealing with sewage. Do I really want to, at the end of my weekend, or, like this trip or just one night, do I really want to go home or go to a dump station, deal with sewage and a stinky hose and chemicals? No, not really. But if we just go number 1, you can flush it out with some bleach and water. Easy, no problem. Don't have to worry about it. It's not gross. And even though we're boondocked, there's a bathroom. This is like a BLM area. There's a bathroom like, and within walking distance. And the final tip is go camping more often. Don't use all the excuses of, well, I got to get the gear together. I got to get the trailer ready. I got to get the truck ready. The family's tired, whatever. Go more often. You won't regret it.